All right, something has fundamentally changed about the way that I've sold my coaching offers over the last 12 months. I've documented almost all of it here on this channel. So definitely go and, dive into the information that I've provided you guys. This is definitely the channel to learn from others who are also doing it rather than just me spouting out a bunch of theory at you. But more specifically, how I've approached sales has made things a lot easier for me as an entrepreneur who is not necessarily, wanting to market all day long. It's also calmed down my nervous system a lot. I'm just finding that my day-to-day aspects aren't so focused on, how am I going to make a sale? And are there clients out there? And I've definitely noticed that it's made my bank account a lot bigger. I call this the unbothered selling phenomenon. Now, when I say unbothered, I don't mean lazy, do nothing. What I mean is selling with so much certainty and confidence and clarity instead of leading with anxiety and this energy of, I'm not sure if anyone's going to buy. Or worse still than that, I am absolutely, this is the type of sales strategy I cannot stand the most. It's magnetism through manipulation. And that is typically done just through like language patterns. When NLP is used in a certain way, it kind of tricks you into running to the back of the room to buy something, and then you're just filled with regret. So I want to show you what that looks like and what the real shift was, not just for me, but also for all of my clients that I teach this to. I scrapped the most traditional sales machinery, and this means no more discovery calls, no more free strategy sessions, even scrapping the freebie and the typical nurture sequence. I actually talked about this in the video last week, chasing leads and trying to message everyone just keep going like nonstop. It actually reminds me when I was working in sales and recruitment every Monday. Oh, I dreaded this, you guys. My manager would say, all right, here's the phone book, and would literally dump the yellow pages on the desk and say, okay, you go through this section of the yellow pages and you cold call everybody to see if they are hiring anybody at the moment. And then you are going to peddle your candidates' resumes until someone says yes. Oh, gives me the shudders, but it did teach me a lot. I also realized I no longer need to do networking events, just hoping someone buys, or long webinars, 3 or 4 webinars in a row, hoping that one of them sticks, and then I can replicate that webinar and have people buy from me over and over again. The truth is those things have worked. They do work for a lot of people. But what I'm saying here is that if all of that feels like completely allergic to you, like it does with me, then I want to tell you what the unbothered selling phenomenon looks like, and it doesn't involve the countdown timers. Now, I guess you could kind of say, if you just observed me from, a far, far, far way away, that I'm getting lazy with my sales, or you could say I got strategic. So you've kind of got to pick, how you want to view something like this, because at the end of the day, your audience can feel how you're showing up to sell something, including when you are showing up like a little bit desperate in some way. And desperation, as we know, doesn't sell, it never sells. So I changed the foundation of the way that I chose to share my work in this world. And I created offers that are very clear, that solve a very specific problem, that are easy to say yes to because the price point is literally chef's kiss, just right. And also these offers just don't require any level of heavy persuasion. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, that, this is all well and good because you're only selling low ticket. That is untrue. In the last few weeks alone, I've sold $35,000 worth of high ticket coaching. And this has come about because my low ticket is doing the work for me. I have plenty of videos about how that exactly works inside of my channel. So definitely hit subscribe if you are loving everything I'm saying, because you'll never miss a video of me, sharing the real things that's going on out there in market at the moment. So I have a low ticket entry offer. I actually have many. On my site, I have some ebooks, I have mini courses, and then I also have a middle level consulting path. So basically, I like using the consulting path to get to know my customers and my clients. They get to know me. I am really quite deep in their business, even if it's for an hour or two. And outside of that, all of the magnetism and all of the value is doing the work for me. I'm selling low tickets whilst I'm consulting one-on-one. Let's say I'm doing a 1 or 2 hour session with a client. That client is likely going to either go back and buy some low ticket resources from me as they are implementing. And then before we know it, they're moving through the customer cycle and landing in a mastermind or a high ticket. The beauty is I don't actually need to convince a single soul to buy anything from me if they don't want to. They either feel it and they choose it, or they don't. Guys, they don't. And that is totally okay. There is nothing more to it. I am not trying to chase them down with 3 reminder emails and constantly DMing them or getting a team of closers to chase them down. I could not think of anything worse in terms of how I would want to be sold to, let alone how I would want to run my business and chasing clients who literally are not ready yet. And there's so many reasons why someone isn't ready. It could be family, it could be money stuff, it could be timing, they could be, starting a family and getting pregnant, getting married, and none of that has to do with you. If you've done the work, if you've provided the value, and if you're there whenever they're ready to show up again, man, it is the best energy. And that is unbothered, right? And it's not to say you don't care. Of course you do. Of course you want to help your clients. But there's no point helping somebody who just simply doesn't want to be helped or can't be helped at that particular time. Now, let's back that up with the actual numbers, because I know some of you are like, Rubes, I love what you're saying, but can we just get back to reality here? Because intuition without data is just a feeling. Can you give us the real stuff? So I've done my research, I've gone down the rabbit hole, and this is what the data is actually saying about low pressure selling. I really feel like I need to make more content and more videos on low pressure selling because everything out there at the moment is so high pressurized. So this is what it says. The research shows that 80% of buyers say that they are more likely to purchase when they feel in control of timing and decision. People do not want to feel rushed or pressured. They want autonomy. Okay. So I'm going to leave this report. It's the Sales Performance Report by Rain Group, and it was written in 2024. So I'll leave that in the show notes if you want to go and have a look. Another really fascinating statistic is this. I'm just reading off my screen here, and I'll leave it here as well. 54% of buyers will not even engage if they feel the sales process is too aggressive or pushy. Woo! Okay, I don't think we really need to explain this too much, but there was just so much truth in that. I don't know about you, but as soon as I smell that I am going to be in some sort of aggressive sales cycle, I am running out the other way, aren't you? And this is from HubSpot. Their sales enablement report from last year is actually a really good one to read. So I'll leave that linked below for you as well. But basically, the translation of this data is that pressure kills the vibe. And there is no exciting magnetism around this. It's just this machine that's pulling people through, and hopefully, a small percentage of people will say yes. Instead, I want you to take on this phenomenon and remember and say to yourself that the calmer you are, the more confident you are. There is nothing like a calm, confident person walking through the room, and if it's a networking room, that makes you want to be like, oh my God, I need to see what that person is all about. If someone comes in and they're like peddling business cards and they're trying to give you flyers and they're just speaking at you like they are just, like a billboard of some kind, ew. I'm literally trying to find a way out. I'm trying to find an excuse straight away to leave. Now, if you're sitting here watching this and you're thinking, that's cool, but how do I actually do that thing? How do I actually become part of the unbothered citizenship? What is the things that I need to do to get there? A few things to consider, okay? One is you have to think about your current state of being. If you are wanting this and you are like, yes, I want peace, I want freedom, I want certainty, I want to feel confident with my stuff because I deep down know that my stuff is so good. But if you are approaching this from a place where you feel this greater energy or focus on lack. Now, lack can come in all forms. It can be a whole bunch of things. It can be financial lack. It could be confidence lack. It could be the lack of you even understanding your industry, your market, your messaging. I'm telling you right now, it ain't going to stick. I've got a video at the end of this one that you can go to next to solve that problem. But just continue watching this one for now, because that's going to be a quick problem to solve. And you can come back into this beautiful flow of what unbothered selling actually looks like. So I'm going to give you some small, simple actions today that you can do, and then a little bit of homework if this is something that you actually really want to learn more about. Okay. Actually, let's talk about the homework. I've made a free 7-step guide. It's sitting in the show notes below. Now, you know me, I don't do freebies. I don't do 7-step guides, but this video would have been super long if I went through all 7 steps. So we're making an exception for this one. In the 7-step guide, which you'll download and you'll see it, it's called the Unbothered Selling Roadmap. It's actually going to walk you through exactly how all of this fits together. I'm going to show you the step-by-step like I would do if it was a YouTube video, but I think sometimes it's easier to read the steps out, okay? And I want to pull out one step from this guide right now, and I want to break it down. I've got it here in front of me on the iPad, because this is actually really foundational. And the step is, I want you to clarify your core offer. Nothing else is going to work in this unbothered selling ecosystem if A, you don't have an offer whatsoever, which I don't think you guys are there. Otherwise, why are you here on this channel? You've all run a business at some form for some time and you have offers. I'm certain of that. But here's the thing. Most people tell their audience 6 different things and 6 different ways to get there and 6 different angles in order to get one result. And then they wonder why no one buys anything. I saw a sales page, a client of mine had sent me her page to review. And one of the first things that she had said is, I cover everything from A to Z. I'm a one-stop shop and you can come to me and I will help you solve this problem and all the other problems that you have as well, covering business, finance, mindset, tech, solutions, networking, confidence, spirituality in business. And basically, I can show you everything. And it was so broad and so confusing. I'm telling you right here and now, clarity beats complexity. Complexity is when things are just too wide cast. You might not think it's complex, but I'm telling you that your clients will be like, this is very complex. I don't even know where to begin. So inside the 7-step guide, the first real action that I want you to go through and that we're going to go through together is to define the one offer that people can actually say yes to without overthinking. Because what the data shows is when buyers clearly understand the offer and they see the value instantly, meaning that you are conveying it in a really clear way, conversion can jump by up to 37%. That is absolutely huge. This is part of the Marketing Sherpa Conversation Benchmark report, which was done last year. And it is so filled with like many aha moments where you're going to read some of these reports if you're into that and just get these like gut feelings of like, this is why I no longer resonate with the old school way of doing things and why we're doing it this way instead. But just remember that clarity removes all of that confusion. Clarity removes all of that hesitation, and clarity is going to help you trust your gut instinct so much more. Okay. And essentially what's going to happen is that because you're so clear in the way that you market, it's easy for someone to go to you or go to your pages and go, yeah, this is exactly what I have been looking for. And not only that, they're going to be telling their friends and their networks, I know I've been looking for this. I know you've been looking for this. Go and check out this chick, Ruby Lee, watch her channel, go and have a look at her offers. It will just make sense. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. That is what we are bringing into our businesses in 2026. And you know what? When your message is so clear, selling gets way less stressful. I promise you this, that it may be a pain in the butt to work on your messaging and it feels like you're just revisiting it again and again. But when you land on it, when you talk about it long enough, this is one of the things. It's not just like I shared it 17 times and nothing works. This is about like really giving it time to compound and take root in terms of allowing, the seeds to grow because you're not pushing. Eventually, what will happen is that your message will be so loud and clear and so strong, your signal is so clean that you are enabling so much choices for people. And it's once they get to that choices part, this level of like unbothered selling is more about giving them people some quick fire information. Like I will literally have someone say to me, I'm interested to work with you. I had a client sign up the other day. It was a very, very big consulting package that I sold. And she's like, can we just jump on a quick 15-minute call? What I want to explain is where I'm at currently. I'm about to have a baby. And so what I'd really like to do is do half of the consulting offer on this side of the pregnancy. And then once I have baby, I will have my nanny in place. We'll have everything going. And then I want to pick up again around these months. Is there flexibility in that? What does that look like? So it wasn't even a call that I was needing to convince her or talk to her about price points or give her bonuses. It was more just like a chat where it was selling, but it was unbothered. It was just a real adult, chill, human conversation. Here's what I want you to do today. If this is something that you're manifesting and you're wanting to bring into your business, even if you just do one of these today, you're going to be ahead. So number one, I want you to decide on one clear offer that you want people to buy. And if you feel like a lot of things are very confusing right now with that one offer, this is the thing. I want you to think about the core aspect. Like if you were to hit bullseye on that one offer, what would that be? Another way to think about it is think about the testimonials that you'd love to receive from your dream clients. What are the outcomes that they're getting? And often when you think of the testimonials, it's like, it helped me unblock more time. It helped me get out of a toxic relationship. It helped me make more money. That's the one clear offer. Next, I want you to write a headline that explains who it's for and what it does. Okay? Who it's for and what it does. Next up, I want you to post one simple piece of content that makes an honest invitation. I'm actually going to pop it up on the screen right here. You can pause and screenshot. This is a great example of what an honest invite and a simple piece of content looks like. These posts, by the way, always make me sales. They make me hundreds, if not into the thousands of dollars worth of sales every time I post something like this, which is daily. Why wouldn't I if it works every day? Okay, and lastly, I'd love for you to simplify your purchase path. So if someone can buy in under 3 clicks, click through to the sales page, click through to buy, even better. Okay, we don't want to take them to a massive long sales page. A checkout is completely fine. So that's it. Okay, so that's it. If you want the full structure, again, if you want the free 7-day guide and it's really detailed, it's going to be in the show notes. Go ahead and grab it. It will take you a lot deeper. And more importantly, guys, if you love this video, if you got this far, I would so appreciate it if you could drop a like or a comment as to the biggest thing you took away from this video. Enough being said there, I'm so excited for you to go ahead and drop the high pressure launches and the fear tactics and instead take on this beautiful, abundant approach to unbothered selling and be a part of this phenomenon where it's calm confidence, it's clarity, where people are lining up for your offers, where there's so much demand for your work and they're literally on the edge of their seat waiting for the next thing that you have to offer. Whenever you're selling, by the way, guys, it shouldn't feel like wrestling your way through your nervous system. Instead, it should feel like offering something really exciting, really valuable, and letting people step in when they are ready. I've actually got an affirmation that I've written in my journal here, and it says, got it right at the back on some Post-it notes. My job is to open the space, not to fill it. Now think about that, because that is the epitome of unbothered selling. Okay, next up, you're going to see a video on the screen. I'd love for you to go ahead and watch that one next. And I'll also see you in the free guide once you've downloaded it.